Alright, so we just did the basic trim marks. And you can see those right here, right around the corners. Next I want to show you what's called step and repeat. A lot of times you'll hear us, the teachers, say, okay, you need to make that 2 up, or 4 up, or 8 up. What that basically means is it's stepped and repeated. Let me show you quickly what that means. I'm going to select this whole area. Excuse me, I'm using my finger on a trackpad, so things look choppy. But what I want to do is move this down exactly 4 and 5/8, so 4.625. So one way to do that is double click the selection tool and it will bring up the move panel. Now I don't want to move it horizontally at all, so that's 0. But what I do want to do is move it 4.625 inches. Okay, so that's 4 and 5/8 right there. Now if I turn on the preview, you can see what's going to happen. So I'm going to click copy, and I left these dimensions there just so you can see what happened. It made an exact copy of everything I selected. I'm going to just select those, or at least select that one and get rid of it. Then one thing that it does happen when you do that particular type of technique is it doubles up the trim marks right here. So I'm deleting those because they're in the print area and I don't want that. But I'm going to zoom out, and if you notice, we have trim marks all the way around. So we have trim marks left to right, trim marks top to bottom, and they're exactly on 4.625. This will help when we go to the cutter and we need to know what we're cutting this on. So this would be a perfect example of how to set up a job for panel cards. Business cards would be the same thing, only it would be a different dimension, 3.5 by 2, or whatever the dimension is. This was a good way to do it, so we step it out. One of the things you don't want to do is this, and I'm going to go back, is you don't want to take this, and we all know if you hold down Option, that turns the cursor into the copy cursor. So if we take that and we just sort of arbitrarily move it down, yeah, that's stepped and repeated, but we don't know what this distance is. So that makes it hard when we're cutting it and we're trimming it to calculate, especially when it's something like this that doesn't have any bleed and it should be cut right on that line. So again, what we want to do is, I don't know if I can redo this here. We just want to make sure that it's stepped on that exact dimension. And I think I'm over talking this, but let's go ahead and do it again. Select everything. Actually, this time let's do this. Let's just select. I'm going to ungroup it. Alright, and I'm going to select just the box and the image. Alright, so now I'm going to double click this again. Again, horizontally, I don't want it to move. Vertical, 4.625. Turn my preview on, and you can see that it did copy, which is great because it shows you where it's going. So now I'm going to just hit copy, and it copied that. So if we look at this, again, we can see that because it copied all 4 trim marks, it copied this. Now there's tons of ways we could get rid of that and have it not happen at all, but this is just something that we happen to deal with. I'm going to take these all out, so I'm just selecting them and deleting them, and then I'm going to show all. So there's our 2 panel cards. Let's select both of those, and now let's group them, and now let's go up Effect, Crop Marks. So again, this is where it's very helpful for us on the cutter when we're doing it, when we're finishing it. Any size, there's no bleed, so it can be butt cut right up against the other one. And we've got trim marks in there. They're still in effect, but they will print fine. The reason I'm not doing anything else with them is because I'm not going to move them at all. So I think I think I've overtalked this, but I hope this gives you an idea of what we need.